Therese Lott here with Divine Nature, who just smoked the entire stage just now. How do you guys feel about that performance?
Feeling good, feeling good.
Pretty good right now, right? Yeah. You should, because I was all the way in. Would you guys please introduce yourselves?
Well, my name is Robbie Gissendaner, lead vocalist for Divine Nature.
Avery Chubb Council, vocalist, bass player.
Tucson Lipton, I'm the foghorn of the group. Kendall Brown, vocalist and guitars.
Thank you very much. So I heard that this is the next big thing. What is the next big thing actually going on with you guys?
Well, the next big thing is what you just heard. You know what I mean? And it's a fresh sound. It's something that we've been working on for about a couple of years now, and just trying to develop a melting pot of everything that we stand for, everything that we've been doing in our 20-some odd years of doing music. So we just kind of compiled everything together to come up with the sound and vibe you hear.
Absolutely. Right, so actually, when did you guys start out? I wanted to ask you about that. How long ago has this band started out? You guys look too young.
We've been singing together all our lives because we're a family, but professionally since 1999.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is a very long time. Y'all don't feel old though, right?
No, I was 6.
When I tried to climb the flagpole, it kind of hit me.
Listen, I understand. So exactly how did the Real Talk project come along?
It was basically a conversation, between me and the guys, and we would have conversations individually with me, Kendall, and all of us, you know what I'm saying? So Kendall was more of a traditional guy, you know what I'm saying, more quartet driven. And so he would always call me when we were working on stuff and say, Doc, this got to be, Doc, this, Doc, this, Doc, that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm listening, you know what I mean? Then turn around, next day, I get a call from this guy.
Uh-oh.
And he's more of a praise and worship, contemporary kind of cat, you know what I mean? So he would say, Doc, this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? I want to do this, they want to do this, and I think we should do this, and I'm listening, taking all that. And Chubb was more even keel, you know what I'm saying? He's kind of like, he can go either way, you know what I'm saying? He's quartet, contemporary, present, all of that is him, you know what I mean? So he was kind of like, man, it don't matter, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, I'm good with whatever, you know what I mean? Right. So with that information, and being in the group, it's gotta work for everybody, you know what I'm saying, to keep everybody on, feeling good about what's going on. So I try to take the information and come together and just try to say, how can I compile all these things? I gotta give him something that he wants.
Right.
I gotta give him something he wants. I gotta get Chubb meat, you know what I mean? So it kind of came together like that, and kind of like a dish, if you will. You know what I mean? So you got all these different ingredients in a dish that makes up the, up the dish. You know what I mean? So that's what it was. It was just the ingredients of Divine Nature coming together. The last project we did, Straight Line, was a more traditional project. So this time we say, well, we come from a contemporary background. You know what I'm saying? Kendall was always quartet. You know what I'm saying? But we always in and out with each other, in and out. And so we decided to bring everything together and kind of look back where we came from, and kind of, to get us to this point, you know what I mean? So we kind of took all that stuff back, from all the contemporary stuff, and say, this is our sound. We can't get away from it, you know what I'm saying? So we got to use it, you know what I'm saying? We got to maximize it, you know what I mean? So that's how the Real Talk project actually came into play, you know what I mean? And we started recording a while back, and we recorded a lot of songs. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad these guys is like, we family, you know what I'm saying? So we can disagree, we can argue, we can do everything like that, but at the end of the day, it's all for the greater cause, the greater good, So we was bringing all these songs, and God started giving me specific songs, you know what I'm saying? So I would wake up singing songs, like out of my sleep, you wake up in the middle of the night, you use the bathroom, whatever, and I wake up, and I got this song in my mind. It's like it stays with me. I
felt that when I heard you guys sing. These songs are made of strong lyrical content.
Yeah.
Is that intentional? Is that what you were trying to drive through? Is the strong, like the words that came from these songs?
When you do something,
pain. I just want to say something about pain. It's just called pain.
It's just called pain.
But I understand
it's about whatever your pain is. Whatever
come
pain
through
is,
with
you know
it
what I mean?
because I loved everything about that song.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that people will as well. But can you talk a little bit about why your lyrics are so strong and they're very potent for a reason, I feel.
Yeah, you know, it's like I think me and Kendall had a conversation. I was saying, God give me these. I ain't never experienced this, you know, before, and I've been writing songs for a long time, you know what I mean? But with this particular project, it was like God was giving me these specific songs to say, okay, I get a song, I bring it to rehearsal, give Chuck the bass line, we roll with it, put it together, you know what I mean? And we was always working on songs, you know what I'm saying? So when I came to the guys, I'm like, yo, we ain't gonna do that. And they'd be like, Doc, we need to do this one. This is a hit. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, they wasn't really understanding, you know what I mean? But I was like, nah, this gotta be this. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta be these songs. And then going on and on, it just started coming together. And God's like, yo, this is the real talk project right here. Forget the other songs, that's for another time, another place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But these specific songs is what I want done. You know what I'm saying? And when God do something right, you can't take the credit for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have no idea where it's going. You know what I'm saying? All you can do is obey. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like how this project went. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to take credit for it because I'm not this cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that guy.
You kind of cool, Robbie.
So it's like you just gotta give all the credit, all the praise to God. You know what I mean? Because He did it. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, when God do something, you just can't, you know, you can't really take the credit for it. You can't say, man, I killed, you know, I did this. Nah, you don't even know we still to this right now. We don't know where this project is going, what it's going to do. All we know is that we're in God's will. You know what I mean? So you
guys are going somewhere, I can tell you that. Now, I have another question for all of you. If you can do it all at the same time, I know it's going to sound crazy, but what is your favorite song? Think about it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I remember.
She said all at the same time, y'all.
I heard focus. I heard
focus.
Focus. Focus.
Picture on the wall.
I remember.
I love it. Why? Why, Chuck?
Why focus? Oh man, the song is it's a deep song. Like Robbie said, you know, God gave him songs, and then when He brought it to the group. You know, sometimes we look at songs like funny, like, you know, where is this going? Where is this going?
Sure.
But as you know, as a musician, sometimes we don't pay attention to the lyrics at first.
Right.
And once he started laying it down, you know, being focused is probably one of my main things. You know, over the years that I needed to be was focused. Sure. And my mind stayed on Him. And I think that's what that song is basically, that's what it does for me, keep my mind stayed on Him.
My goodness. What about you, Tucson?
Focus was my life. Every lyric on that song is my life. So that's why focus it just sticks out to me. But I love the whole record. I love the whole record.
Absolutely. Kendall?
Well, I'm the only one that picked out the song.
It's okay.
Because I like the song when you first brought it. Mainly because it reminded me of my dad, Deacon Joseph Council. And as it went on, he started singing it. And I said, man, it sounds like pop. But then again, he got to the vamp. And I just did it. I could always lean on you. You always brought me through. So that's right there. That's ministry right there for me.
I appreciate it. And how about you? How about you, Rob?
You know, I love all the songs, you know what I'm saying? But I remember it's personal for me. Because it's like he said, it's my life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That song is personal, and I ain't gonna go into the full because the story would take all day. You know what I mean? But
Thank you.
It's a personal song, but it's like about my life, about my childhood, my mother. I was raised by a single mother. You know what I'm saying? So this song's talk about a father leaving. You know what I mean? And it's a personal thing for me. You know what I mean? About even though my mother gave me everything that I needed, she gave me everything, you know what I'm saying, and then some. But it's just the fact that, you know, a father is important.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So when you're missing that, and I didn't realize that till I got grown to where I am now. I never missed out on any of that stuff, you know what I mean? But being grown now, you wonder like, why am I like this? Well, you know what I'm saying? Where did I get this? Where did I get that particular thing from? Why am I, you know what I'm saying? So I know all about my mother. You know what I'm saying? So I know what I got. I know what she gave me. You know what I'm saying? But there's other things that's in me that I want to know more about. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was a personal thing for me when that song, when God gave me that song. It was a reflection on my journey. You know, basically. Well,
I want to ask why is the music so important in your ministry? Why is this music that you're presenting to us so important?
This particular record is a record of hope, and it came at the perfect time. We recorded this album in the beginning of a pandemic at a studio spot that this guy owned. It's his house, and his wife let us come there, even though COVID had started and it was crazy.
Right.
She still let us come. She still let us. You know, she had a couple little parameters. Well, y'all can't come upstairs. Y'all can't do the. But you know. Just being able to do that lets us know that this was in God's will and this was a message of hope. And these songs, people needed to hear these songs. So when this album dropped in January, everybody we knew had a different song that they loved. And everybody who do records or that's in music ministry, they always say when they put a record out, oh, this album is for everybody. But then when you get it, it's really not for everybody. I can truly say that this record is for everybody. If you like music, it's a great album. If you like great lyrics, it's a great album. If you want to worship, it's a great album. If you like traditional music, it's a great album. There's something for everybody, but every song has a message of hope. And what do we need right now?
We need some hope, faith and hope. So let me ask you a different way. Why is the ministry so important in music?
Why is ministry so important?
Yeah.
This is funny. I hope it don't sound funny, but we tried to quit doing this a long time ago.
Did you?
Yeah, we got arguments. We quit the group.
Groups go through some
things. But when you're called to do something, when you're called to do it, you got to do it. So you can quit all you want to. You know what I'm saying? But when God wants you to do something, it's going to happen no matter what. So that's why ministry is so important, because God wants you to do it. It ain't because we just so saved and we want to do it. Nah, this is what God wants. So like Rob said earlier, we got to be obedient. So that's what ministry is for us.
And I think I quit the group last week. You see me sitting there, you know what I mean? So, it's crazy like that.
We quit every week.
So what do you want the people to take away from this experience? What do you want people to walk away from this?
Like Tucson said, you know, just receive the message of hope. You know what I'm saying? In all the songs, and understand that, you know what I'm saying, God is in control of everything that's going on.
Yeah.
And that when you know Him, you know what I'm saying, you can have comfort in knowing Him. You know what I mean? Comfort in knowing that He's going to be there for you.
Yeah.
When at your lowest point, you know, He'll meet you there. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want people to take away. Every time we hit the stage, you know, I want to leave that message. Like he said, message of hope. I'm cloning that message because that's the message that I want to leave every time that we exit the stage. I want somebody to be empowered, like Tucson always says, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Inspired and able to go a little further. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on it.
Okay. So I want to preface this the proper way. Real talk. Now, what do you want the people listening to take away from this music? How about you? I start with you, Robbie.
Just take away, just look at it like, you know, you got 4 brothers here that's pouring, you know, their heart out to the people, looking for a connection from people. When we hit the stage, you know, that's what we need in order to function. We need people to be engaged. We need people to connect with what we're trying to say, understand the message in our music. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and if I had to say take away something, you know, just that understand that this is about love. You know what I'm saying? We need more love.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's it for me.
I appreciate that. Real talk, Jeff.
Since we did this CD, we knew what it was all about, but the world didn't know until we released it.
Right. And
when we released the CD, when people started buying the songs,
right.
So we sat back. It was like quiet, you know, a still moment.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, your phone started ringing.
Mm-hmm.
People calling me, basically like crying on the phone. I had so many people call me crying about the song you're talking about, Pain. Picture on the Wall. And it was always like basically those two songs, Picture on the Wall and Pain. So that lets me know that people are really going through stuff and they need something. And sometimes you can't get that, you know, by then nobody couldn't go to church. So and then
no, you couldn't.
Right.
Zoom.
Right. Nobody hearing this from anybody unless you zoom.
Yeah, you zoom. Yeah.
So when we put it out, they was getting a message, and it was like you're talking my pain.
Right.
You know, you're talking my pain right now. So that was the real talk for me. The response that I got from phone calls from people.
I appreciate it.
And you know, Chubb, it's funny you say that because, you know, when we was doing this project, you know, I take all of our stuff very seriously, very to heart. You know what I'm saying? When we do a song, we put a song out, whatever, I'm concerned about every aspect of the song, and what it has the potential to do, what it may do, what it may not do, you know what I'm saying? So I find myself questioning God about the songs because, you know, we out here and we sing with all these groups and everybody, you know, it's a cookie cutter situation that we're basically in, you know what I'm saying, with the groups and everything. It's like everything is the same blueprint on everything. So it's the same blueprint, but the difference is maybe the lead singer might be able to squall a little better, and you know, whatever might, you know, the guitar player might be nasty. And this what we look at as group members, that, you know, as our peers, you know what I'm saying? Like group members look at us like, you know, they can sing or the drummer nice, or, you know, they pinpoint things. You know what I mean? Sure. So I find myself questioning God about, is this going to work? You know what I'm saying? Because we do a lot of traditional shows, and, you know, we come up and, you know, cats driving hard and they doing this and doing that, and we sometimes they kind of get like, you know, is this our lane? Do we, you know, where do we fit in this? You know what I'm saying? And God responded to me. He told me, just do what I told you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? This is my thing. You know, I'm using you. You know what I mean? So you obey me and do what I told you and let me do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about whether it's going to work or not. Whether, you know, you don't know what I'm doing. No. So just do what I gave you and be confident in doing it. And I'll take it from there. So that's what we're doing.
I appreciate that, Robbie. I appreciate the sentiment that you even said, I question God, because people feel like they can't question God. But I'll tell you something, plenty times in the Bible that people have, apostles have questioned prophets. God, I don't know what's going on. Why are you doing this? Jesus even questioned God. So you know what? I appreciate that, because you can help people along the way figure out what they want to question God about, because it's not something that they can't do. I want to ask you, Tucson, now that the world is listening, what do you have to say?
Real talk for me is just like the Apostle Paul when he wrote to the Corinthian church, and he said, we got to be all things to all people, that we might save some.
Absolutely.
That's the total responsibility of this Real Talk album. Put it out, be all things to all people. Don't be afraid to do whatever, because we're only going to save some. But you got to do. That's what Real Talk is.
All right. Real talk. Real talk, Kendall. Now that the world is listening, what do you have to say?
Well, the project is Robbie was bringing the song, and I was like, nah. This ain't gonna work. But then again, as you listen to it, you hear it. Then we was somewhere, I believe we was in Memphis at a showcase, and one guy came up and said, "This ain't nothing wrong with being different."
Yeah.
Remember that? I remember that.
Okay.
Yeah, Pastor said, "There's nothing wrong with being different."
So my question is, Kendall, real talk. Now that the world is listening, what do you have to say?
Real talk to me, like when Rob was bringing it in to us, I was like, nah, man, this ain't gonna work, Doc. He said, man, just trust me. Trust me. I said, okay, I'm roll with you on this now. I'm roll with you now. And we were singing at a convention, and Pastor Daryl Pettis said, it's okay to be different. It's okay to be different. And that just gave me the reassurance that, you know, what we doing, we ain't, you know, the driving quartet type, we know we come from that. But that's not our lane. We can do it, but it's not what we do. So what we doing right now is real talk. We put it out there, giving it to you right in your face. There's no, okay, well, we gonna sort it down and this and that. No, this is what it is. Live your life, listen to this, and get you to a different place.
Amen.
Absolutely. I thank you guys so much for listening right now. We had a wonderful time with you. I hope you enjoyed the show. Real Talk, pick it up on all platforms right now. You guys enjoy the rest of this music that they are presenting for 2021, released this year, Real Talk, Divine Nature.